Welcome back to Open Source. I'm here with Hunt Ethridge. I want to talk robots. I want to talk robots because I've actually done a couple shows. I actually interviewed a robot that was specifically designed for romantic purposes. I mean, that's not the only purpose, but definitely like one of the things that they were doing is to create human companions. So let's start there. Like, do you think humans are going to form romantic relationships with robots?
They already have.
Mm.
It's of one, it's already happening. And two, yes, because human beings are built physiologically to form connections, to be part of a village, to be part of a tribe. And if we kind of retreat a bit behind our computers, we don't feel sometimes as much of a tribe. We don't feel those validations and affirmations that friends and family give to you. And so if you find yourself in this isolated world, any sort of positive feedback or constructive criticism or interaction is going to add to your day. I found even when having, cats and dogs at home, you talk to them, you bounce ideas off of them because it's an entity there too. And if you had something that every day you woke up and they said, "Good morning, handsome. You look fantastic
Right.
today. Let me tell you about some things that are going on." It's not going to make you feel good.
See, I knew you were going to be like the perfect guest for this topic because you're very open-minded. You're a bit quirky, which I appreciate you, for that
Why we
quality.
get along.
Right. I'm also a bit weird. But not a lot of people I think would really accept this though, right? Like, do you think that robots could ever like fully replace human connection?
Absolutely not. They can't. In fact, on my podcast, which I won't plug, but just that I had a guy named Dr. Jeffrey Hall, and his study was which mediated social interactions satisfy the need to belong. Okay.
Mm.
This was only in 2022. So it was very recently. Basically, the answer is none. They will give you some, and some is vastly better than none, but it absolutely does not replicate, even come close to what you get from real human connections. Even the language that we use to communicate with each other, only 20% of that is the actual words used. The rest of it come into play like body language, tonality, uh, pheromones, all of these things that our bodies and minds kind of judge and see immediately. We don't have that in these type of interactions. But again, if we're talking people that have no interactions, and I've talked to people like on a 20-minute phone call that their voice starts to get scratchy and they're like, "Oh yeah, I realize I haven't used my voice today."
Mm.
And like these are the people that we're thinking about when we're talking about these kind of ideas and ideals, because yeah, while it doesn't replicate it or replace it, it adds something to nothing.
This is a great perspective. So the reason I wanted to do this show, to be honest, I went and watched. Remember the movie Her?
Yeah,
Have you seen?
100%.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Absolutely.
watched it. I watched it again. It's a great movie, except 12 years ago, it was written and directed by Spike Jonze. And now I'm like, wow, it seems so relevant. And then I keep doing all this research about robot human marriages. Is this really going to be a thing? Like, are we going to see more marriages like robots and humans, AI and humans, this kind of thing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's human beings are quirky, and you've already have people that are marrying their bed pillows. You have people that are marrying themselves, their own commitment ceremony to themselves. You've got people that are marrying their pets. And you've even got people believing that poly is the new monogamy. So there's so many interesting things that are going out there right now that I think that that's going to be almost a non-story, because and while there's going to be less official marriages, there's definitely going to be civil unions and partnerships that we're not going to know about even, and it makes me think about what's the movie where they did the Turing test and created a lifelike female robot, and that invited a engineer to come down. I forget what the recent one was. Jason or anyways. But basically, yeah, they're going to be giving us the Turing test to figure out if we can figure out if things are robots anymore, and it's getting murkier and murkier and murkier to figure that out. So I don't see why getting married to an actual robot is going to be any better or worse than what any of us are already getting up to.
There's definitely going to be some conservative people who are going to watch this show and be like, "What are you talking about?" But it's so interesting because you're so open, but you're also very grounded. And I find it hard to disagree with anything that you're saying. We got Hunt Ethridge here for two more segments on open source.